Gotta keep a tab on Raider whereabouts.
Man, this day is full of surprises. First this darn vault door lands here, now you've come to collect it. Well, going by the number, I'd say this is from Vault 63. My buddy told me that it's located in the ash heap. I can mark it on your map. If you do make your way down there, stay safe. I heard it's overrun with mole miners. And the ash heap itself is barely breathable without a mask. And one wrong step might charcoal roast your foot. That aside, there's been a crazy storm brewing down that way. Doubt it's related, but I think I'll steer clear myself all the same. You bet. Safe travel, stranger. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I have been distracted since this fell out of the sky.
Someone there? I picked up a pretty big surge of activity on our sensors, but it went quiet all of a sudden. Well, obviously, that whole tunnel is infested with the Lost. The question is, what are you doing in there with them? Wait, are you telling me that you managed to wipe out all of the Lost yourself? I have so many questions. How? With what? And actually... No, focus, Hilda. I could use someone with a lethal skill set. Hey, would you be up for a little hike? Very astute, but it's complicated. You're at the entrance to the vault, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. You'll see. Just need to meet up first. Yes, but this is hardly the time to talk. All will be explained if you follow my directions. Perfect. The entrance area you're in now was once a high-speed rail system for transporting supplies to the rest of the vault. But as you can see, it's completely caved in. You'll have to walk to another entrance closer to the vault's atrium. It's just a quick trip over the hills to the south. Look for the entrance to the Shenandoah National Park. If you need a landmark, just keep walking toward that teeny tiny, giant, menacing storm in the sky. You'll find the entrance underneath the manor in the dead center of the park. And storm. Can't miss it! Good luck!
Some trees are better for firewood, others better for building you a strong home.
away! Oh, you aren't one of them. You scared me. I'm Craig from Foundation, and I think I'm the only one left. We saw the nasty weather kicking up down here and thought it'd be worth checking out. See if anyone needed help. Didn't make it far down the road before we got jumped by something. I panicked and ran. They looked kind of like ghouls, but glowed, charred all over, and sparking like a broken wire. They were yelling all kinds of nonsense. Came at us out of nowhere and just started shooting and swinging. You're serious? Did you hear what I just told you? Well, better you than me, I suppose. Actually, if you're going out there anyway, would you mind doing me a favor? As you head down Skyline Drive, could you check if there are any signs of what happened to my friends? A trail, a body, personal effects. Anything I could use to find them or report back at Foundation? Who knows? Maybe even a survivor. Not asking you to do much, just to drop a flare nearby. I can investigate them once the storm calms down a bit. Thank you so much. Anyway, just take the flares. If you happen upon anything or anyone, just drop one. And if you come back after, I'll make it worth your while. And watch out for those things. They may look like ghouls, but they're not. And they're not friendly.
They're gone.
Calling mysterious stranger. Hello? Anyone there yet? Maybe I gave bad directions. Hello? Anybody? Ah, a voice! Oh, yes. I remember that voice. You're here! So, here's the situation. You need to get into the vault. I need to get out. This door isn't intended for easy access, so it'll require joint authorization from both sides to open. I'm on this side and authorized. You're on that side and not authorized. But no worries. I've got a plan. All of the Lost were once members of the Vault and should have authorization. You just need to get a hold of a hand and scan it. Easy peasy. That's right. Just a bit of post-mortem amputation and we'll be set. Just scan the hand once you've got it. I'll be on standby. Promise. Time's a ticking. Chop, chop! Ooh, sorry.
Oh, good, you're here! And you're not lost, I assume. If you are, say so, because that would be a major breakthrough. I'm a bit too busy for that, but... someone inside would be very happy to answer all of your questions. Anyway, I'm Hilda Stoltz. Hi. I'm head of the organic sector, which is exactly where I'm about to run off to. But don't worry, my Uncle Hugo is very eager to meet you. Just down the hall, in the Overseer's office, as he is the Overseer. Oh, and I've disabled the two-step lock, so coming and going should be easier now. Anyway, like I said, Uncle Hugo, down the hall. Toodaloo!
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little. Even with the stockpile from the supply runs.
Willkommen. Bitte komm rein. My niece told me to expect you. And do not mind my appearance. I can assure you I mean no harm. Can the same be said of you, though, outsider? Do you intend to harm us? My niece can be a bit forceful when she finds a carrot to chase. You have my word, though. You haven't chased your carrot into a trap. Where are my manners? I did not mean to be so standoffish. You are a most welcome guest here. I cannot be too careful. It has been a long time since we've spoken with anyone from the surface. Ah, fascinating. Is that the faint clicking of a Pip-Boy I hear? How grand. A colleague from another paradise below the ground. Vault 76, I take it? What a pleasant surprise. Oh, don't be silly. You certainly aren't from any of the others nearby. There's no need to be coy. I think we can both gather why I'd come to such a conclusion. Wunderbar. Kismet even. We are having fun now, aren't we? Listen, my new friend. Regardless of what pretenses my dear niece may have brought you here with, I believe I can repay you for your effort. No catch. Just opportunity. As you may have ventured to guess on your trip here, our beloved Shenandoah has seen better days. Less stormy days. I'm in the midst of trying to get this under control, but our vault is still in a bit of a state of shock. If you'd be willing to engage in a bit of freelance work, I'm sure I can provide plenty of payment in kind. Ha! As they say, lies have short legs, no? Rest assured, you'll see this is quite the legitimate operation we have here. Perhaps I should introduce myself to assuage any hesitation you have. I am Hugo Stolz, overseer of Vault 63, yes, but also a principled man of business from the world of yore. Founder and CEO of Stolz Enterprises, respected member of Vault-Tech's board of directors, and overall international man of mystery. Allow me to formally welcome you to Vault 63 as our, let's say, outside consultant. Yes, that'll do perfectly. Oh, please. Hugo is just fine. Now, I'm sure you have many questions. I would expect no less, but I promise your first task will help to answer much. Speak with our Chief of Security, James T. Oberlin, and fetch me his latest situation report. I'd like to have him vet you a bit before we proceed any further. I'm sure he'd be happy to answer questions for you about our current predicament while you're at it. You'll do splendidly, I'm sure.
Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here.
What would Cassie do?
You reckon that storm's gonna get worse or better? Supplies are starting to dwindle a little. Even with the stockpile from the supply runs. You reckon that storm's gonna get worse before the storms?
Ah, the one from outside. How's the storm?
As if things weren't bad enough. Now I have to keep an eye on an outsider. Been expecting you. James T. Oberlin, Chief of Security, Vault 63. Formerly United States Army. Ordinarily, an outsider would report directly to the security offices. But as you've seen, Mr. Stolz isn't fond of ordinary. How exactly did you end up on our doorstep, outsider? and you were able to dispose of them. Interesting. Must mean you have some combat training. That could be helpful. Well, considering I'm entirely lacking any sort of credentials or background on you, perhaps you can fill me in on your history.
There was a landslide around the mansion? I wonder how that happened.
You do seem fit to fight, at least. But that's not really an answer to my question. I won't fault you for a lie by omission, though. You seem eager and able enough. I've already been made aware that you're a dweller from Vault 76. Mr. Stoltz buzzed me ahead of your arrival and filled me in on the situation. Sorry for the test, but wanted to see how you'd present yourself. I appreciate your attempt to take this seriously, but I won't say I don't have my doubts. Let's see how this plays out, though. Here's my status report for Mr. Stoltz. You're dismissed, unless you have other questions. Fine. It's only fair that you're briefed on our situation.
There was a landslide.
Our facility houses a large-scale weather control device. Some decades ago, an accident rendered it inoperable. However, a recent event has led to its reactivation. With that, we have the storm, along with other unexpected outcomes. One of our top priorities is bringing it back under our control. A number. An earthquake for one. A series of unidentified electromagnetic events for another. When the earthquake hit and the storm took shape, we were informed of a surge of energy near the proper entrance to the vault, back up north. This likely resulted in the security door being propelled some great distance.
There was a landslide around the mansion? I wonder how that happened.
Interesting. Were these different times, I'd be tempted to weaponize such a thing. Yes, significant damage to the tram tunnels that once connected the various research sectors of this vault. Additionally, damage to the manor grounds directly above have caused some structural integrity issues with the atrium. Perhaps most concerning, though, is the various exposed entrances to the vault spread throughout the region. This has led to an increase in the number of Lost now on the surface, which isn't good for anyone involved. Very well. Our former friends, family, neighbors. An accident some decade back led to their creation. Their condition is irreversible. Beyond that, I'll leave it to Mr. Stoltz's discretion on further details. Just know, they will kill you on sight without mercy. Communication is impossible. Do not hesitate to strike first. Fine. We believe they possess the ability to channel electricity from the storm, though we're still not sure how. Perhaps consider rubber gloves next time you want to shake their hands. Again, the rest is classified. That is correct to a degree. Mr. Stoltz had been afflicted during the same accident that created the Lost. However, he retains his sanity and his ability to communicate. Well, retain sanity is perhaps a bit. Actually, I apologize. This isn't water cooler gossip. I believe I've answered your question. Mr. Stoltz can explain the rest. That's fine. What is it? 63's construction had fallen behind due to its lofty and ambitious size. This left our population exposed to extreme levels of radioactive fallout after the bombs fell. Those of us that survived the exposure ended up like this. But working with us so-called ghouls won't be a problem, will it? Understood. Anything else? Good.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system and it works, damn it! Security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
Don't you be... You have beautiful skin. We got a system, and it works. Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting. Don't you be starting to change things up around here.
Ah, you've returned.
We got a system, and it
I've
works.
just been thinking on some things. Yes, that. Don't worry about that now. I have a question for you. Tell me, are we our brains?
You should have arrived a few years back. The old
Yes,
vaults sure were
precisely. But is that not just scratching the surface? Consciousness, perception, encoding and the formation of memories. To take the observable world and sculpt from it a translation of ourselves, of others. And in the eyes of others, how many versions of us exist? Of course. We've only just met. I apologize.
We don't have the work.
You have the spirit of an old friend about you. I've forgotten there's much new ground to tread between us. I may have failed to mention this before, but I am or was blind. Born that way. After the incident that left me in this state, I became able to truly see the world. Well, perhaps it's more accurate to say, I feel the world. Pulses of electricity, waves bending and refracting, gentle hums of life vibrating shapes into being. This world I see, I share it with the lost. I live as they do, yet I remain myself. Perhaps more myself than I was before. But others were lost to it, and to us. Friends, colleagues, loved ones. When they witness this world, they're minded... Well, I suppose I cannot explain what their mind perceives, just as one could never explain sight to me before. We have been trying to learn why this connection was permanently severed between us. Desperately so.
tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
A scientist, are you? Just like my Audrey and little Hilda. We are unsure of why, but we suspect that my condition may have mutated differently than others. Perhaps it was my proximity to... Oh, never mind, B. This sort of talk is dreadfully boring. All of this is to say we need your help, my friend. There are many problems at our feet, and you are uniquely equipped to help us.
Seeing someone do so much good around here. It's refreshing.
Do not sell yourself short. You are clearly skilled in combat, seasoned by the world above, and knowledgeable on vaults. You're going to face a variety of challenges in future tasks, but I'm confident we've found the person for the job.
Keep lasting.
Thank you. That truly means the world to me. Let's discuss next steps. There's 2 sets of investigations I'd have you undertake. Your new friend Oberlin can fill you in on one, and I'd be happy to walk you through the other. Take a moment to relax and process. Speak with either of us when you're ready to hear the details. And once again, I cannot contain my excitement in having you on board. Willkommen im Team, mein Freund. So, shall we begin? There are some tasks that I'm unequipped to handle myself, and I need your assistance. Well, as you can see, I cannot. Or at least not in the same way you see the world. More precisely, while I can navigate just fine, there are a number of optical challenges that my condition does not account for. Normally I would have someone assist me with that, but, well, we are getting ahead of ourselves.
Seeing someone do so much good
So shall we begin?
It's refreshing.
Excellent. As you've hopefully been made aware by now, the source of the weather phenomenon outside is a device that is under our control. Or rather, the lack thereof. Control, that is. In order to solve this error, we'll need to acquire the weather machine's blueprints. They are in the wall safe just over there. If only it were that simple. The safe can only be opened with a key that my beloved wife Cassie has chosen to hide in a very secure location. So secure that only she knows where it is. This is problematic, as she has been unwell and unresponsive for quite some time. That said, she was a diligent note-keeper. I'm certain you could find out where she moved the key to if you were to search through her notes. You should find them all in our room upstairs. It is unlocked, so you should be able to just walk in. With my condition as it is, I'm unable to do this myself, and thus, my new friend, the task falls to you. I'm concerned for my wife's privacy. Her notes could include audit reports and other sensitive information. While it means nothing to a stranger like you, it could sow discord in our vault. I'd rather not have files go missing or rumors spreading. You understand, don't you?
Seeing someone do so much good around
There was another copy, but
is refreshing.
I don't even want to get started, to be honest. Intellectual property can be so tricky to keep locked away. Perhaps tracing down the problem is something we could look into another day. For today, the safe is our solution. I dare say I barely understand it myself. Prior to certain circumstances, I was blind, born that way. Since sad circumstances, I've come to be able to see, but not in the traditional sense. Alas, written text, paper, and terminal alike remain my mortal foe. Discussing the boring details any further are for another time, though. Please, let's return to the matter at hand. You will? Oh, wie wunderbar. Best of luck.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system and it works, damn it!
It's It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little.
It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little.
Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here. Supplies are starting to dwindle a little, even with the stockpile from the supply runs. Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system, and it works.
What the hell are you doing in here? Get your filthy hands off her! Very well. But I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate a stranger manhandling your spouse. This arrangement is in her best interest. I apologize. Truly. I'm just very protective of her, you know? She is my other half, and life is just not complete without her. Of course, she has the key herself. I should have known. Apologies for the confusion. I often forget just how unusual my situation has become. I was born blind, and lived that way even after becoming a ghoul, as you put it. However, as I've mentioned, an accident at this facility altered me, not unlike the lost that wander the surface. I see the world in pulses, wavelengths, a universe of violent synaptic connections, carving out and outlining every object and person. Navigation is trivial for me now. I was able to spot you in these sacred grounds even from my office. To the lost, I imagine this vision is a curse, a terrifying cataractous cloud that distorts their world. To me, it is a new life. Needless to say, I don't find myself bumping into things while getting around the vault anymore. Nothing. She's perfect. Always has been. Always will be. The same incident that has put me into my condition. Well, it made her quiet. Tired. She'll be right in no time. All the more reason for you to get a move on with those weather machine blueprints. No? I don't think it's anyone's business to see my wife whenever they wish. I'm sure you wouldn't like that either if you were in her position. Just exposed for anyone to see like some animal in a zoo? No, not my Cassie. She deserves peace and quiet to recover. Is that what I've said? I suppose I revealed too much with too little context. Forgive me. Now isn't the time to discuss such things, not before you have a better grasp of what we are contending against here. Yes, very well. If you would excuse me, I would like a moment with my wife. Come find me when you have the blueprints.
Tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air. I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air. The new animals up there, any of them good for eating? You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You know, before the accidents. It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little.
I could use some... I believe you have something for me. Did I ask you to snoop around in our personal affairs? That was and is none of your business. Forget the petty gossip and focus on the task at hand. Am I making myself clear to you? Now, the blueprints. Have you found them yet? Well, they're no good to me. I can't read them. Go deliver them to my daughter, Audrey. She's the one who's leading the effort to repair the weather machine. Oh, and before I forget, our conversation earlier, in Cassie's room. Water under the bridge, yes? I do hope we can keep that just between us. I'd hate for rumors to flutter about. Oh, Lepes. She is the most beautiful person. She keeps me balanced. We were never apart, and we collected the most wonderful memories together. Excuse me. This makes me rather emotional. Oh, and before you go off to Ardry, I would like you to indulge me in another thought exercise I've been meditating on. If you were to repair a ship by replacing it plank by plank, piece by piece, so much so that no single piece of wood from the original vessel remained, would you have a new ship? Or would it still be the original, only improved?
Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here.
Right you are, my friend. Both in the origins of the question and its complexity. Let's say for this example that we can agree that eventually it is a new ship. Because I think the more interesting question is, at what point does it become so? After half of the planks? After the final part is replaced? Perhaps the rudder? Or mast? If we were to change piece by piece, at what point do we become something entirely new? Up. One moment. Let's perhaps hold on an answer. I'd rather that linger with you a bit. And you have important business to attend to. Now, off with you to see Ardry. She's buried in her books in the meteorology sector. I hope you have some good hiking boots. It's quite the trek. Safe travels.
Seeing someone do so much good around here, it's refreshing.
What are you planning, Stoltz? I've got my eye on you, outsider. Make it quick. Your assignment does not require knowledge of the vault beyond the immediate area. You will find adequate signage for familiarizing yourself with the premises. Perhaps later, if you prove capable, we can talk in more detail. I've been spread thin dealing with surface-side security concerns. My more menial tasks have started to slip through the cracks, however. I can tell you're equipped to handle much worse, but tackling some issues from my backlog would be of great service to me. At least as a start. There are 3 in particular who often bring up issues to me. You can start there. There are 3 residents that have been complaining about a myriad of concerns. Margaret, Lawrence, and Julio. Your best bet is to track them down. They're likely lounging about waiting for someone else to handle the hard work. They should have more than enough to keep you busy for the time being. Report back when it's been handled. In the meantime, I have other matters I need to attend to, so please, if you'd excuse me, move along.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. Jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression before the accidents.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You know, before the accidents.
You smell something
Don't you
weird?
just hate
How
rude
about
people
some space,
listening in
buddy?
on private conversations?
Standing a little close there.
You need something?
It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this
Oh, a stranger. We haven't seen anyone from outside in a while. What brings you here? Now, why would we tell you that, stranger?
Yeah, a real nosy stranger. Hey, Julio, get it? Because they got a nose and we don't.
It ruins the joke when you explain it, Lawrence.
Is there anything else? Chief Oberlin's finally getting around to dealing with this, huh? And sending in a stranger to boot. He must have it tough. Yeah, there's a few things we've brought up before. Most of it in the lower levels. Things like strange noises coming from the generator room. People are scared to go check it out in case one of the Lost are in there.
Oh, also, we have a huge rat problem in the storage room, as in, huge rats. Last time I was on a food run, something jumped right past me and snatched it. Damn near took my arm with it, too.
And, someone should probably take care of Alfie.
Yeah. Alfie was one of us, but his condition got worse until he got us to lock him in his room. He's probably lost his mind by now, but no one could bring themselves to do what needs to be done. You didn't know him, though. If there's anything you could do for him, we'd appreciate it.
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
You can get to the lower levels from the elevators just over there. There's also a stairwell down just across the atrium that leads directly to the storage room. Good luck, and thank you.
Good luck down there, and, welcome to Vault 63.
And then I saw... Do you mind?
Yeah, people who eavesdrop are the worst.
Wow, your skin isn't split at all.
You smell something weird?
Been a long time since we had a good community.
You need something?
How
Have you
about
heard?
some
Welcome
space,
back.
buddy?
How are things going?
Standing a little close there.
We're sorry that you had to be the one to deal with all of that.
Yeah, it's good to know there are still people outside, especially people who are capable.
Thanks. We couldn't have done it ourselves. Is there anything we can do for you? yeah, we'll spread the word that you are someone trustworthy. Thanks again for all the help. Sure was something. You know, before the accident.
Yeah, people who eavesdrop are the worst.
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh
Been a
air.
long time since we had a good community.
You're back. I hope you have good news for me. Well, color me surprised. Good work. With that out of the way, I'll be able to focus on the more important matters, like dealing with the chaos going on outside of this vault. I don't suppose that those three had anything interesting to say while you were helping them? Looks like I may have to check in with our custodian Johnny later. He usually hears a thing or two. Though I'd much rather people come to me than having to resort to gossip mills. Still, it can be hard for people to know who to trust. But enough about that. Now that you've helped me out, is there anything I can help you with? First, your reward. I'll arrange for something from our armory. I'm sure you'll find a good... I'm sure you'll have more for you to do soon. If you're sticking around a while.
Been a long time since we had a good community gathering.
It's good to have someone reliable to count on again. Maybe now we can start fixing things around here. Now that you've proven yourself useful, I have a sensitive situation that could use some in-person problem solving. The emergency alert in the organic sector has been triggered, something that requires proper authorization to do. As I understand it, the lab's head researcher Hilda Stoltz headed there not too long ago. I believe you're acquainted. It would appear she's gotten herself into danger. It's unlikely she'd seek outside meddling if it wasn't something serious. Get to the lab, assess the situation, and ensure Hilda returns here safely. If she's unwilling to return, convince her otherwise. She, and Mr. Stoltz for that matter, may believe her research takes priority over her safety. With her current numbers, that isn't a risk worth taking. With the tram tunnels collapsed, you should still be able to access organics from a cave nearby, used as a sort of ventilation system. If Hilda was able to make it there, I imagine you won't have too much trouble. But I'll provide a security key, just in case. Be prepared for the worst. I look forward to your return. It may not seem like much, but your help has been invaluable to us.
Well, something has lasted this long. No reason.
It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little. These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression. What's up?
Got any news for us?
Community gathering around here.
Huh? What did you say?
Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here.
saw the flares. They're all gone, huh? Was there anything I can take back to their families? What did you find? Please, tell me. That belongs to Miles. Can't say I'm sad he's gone, but not like this. Ugh. What did you find? Please, tell me. That was Rob's. A friend of mine. They were an ass, but always had my back. Wish I had his then. What did you find? Please, tell me. Hey, that belongs to Rebecca. If there was no body, she might still be alive. There's a chance. Here's a little something for going out of your way. I can't thank you enough. It's good to have some clothes.
for the thrill and excitement of life in a post-apocalyptic hellscape. By popular demand, this month's creative learning classes are on wilderness survival.
Welcome to the White Springs Spa. Please take any of the spa suites in the back. Someone should be with you eventually.
The local game has been rather more spirited since the war.
I have just the ensemble for you. Patches, tears, yes, yes.
No prescription required. Today's security status is red. Please take appropriate precautions. Please refrain from theft, looting, assault, or trampling the flowers.
Need to do a bit of shopping? Look no further than the refined goods and excellent service provided.
Wines are sold by the glass, bottle, and case.
There's a lot of supplies here that look ripe for the picking.
You'd think with all that tinkering Skippy does, that he'd have come up with something more medicinal.
Well, hello. Do you like Nuka-Cola?
Carrying all those
Of
stamps?
course you do. Nothing cleans the gears like an ice-cold Nuka-Cola.
see that your day is lacking his light. Shall I help you fix that?
Someone there? Someone there. Good team. Play, little human. fight today.
now.